Ah. Ah. Where the fuck am I? Run into a couple. Oh, this is the whole other section that go anywhere. Oh, I'm supposed to go out there. Shit. Supposed to go out there. Fast trouble there. Me.
Respectfully, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
Governor Burin asked me to investigate the abductions the rebels told us about. If we could find the origin and free their comrades, I'm sure they would stop their attack. I need to locate and speak with the other rebels. Do you know where they could be?
No, they don't attack often. I fear they're gathering their forces.
Captain, the patrol we sent to the west has not returned yet.
I may have spoken too quickly, Your Excellency. Although it might still be possible that our men are just delayed.
Perhaps you would allow me to search for them. Maybe...
Corporal, do you know which way the patrol went?
Of course, Captain. At your command, Captain, Your Excellency. Find me at the entrance of the camp when you're ready to start.
I could use his intuition. Really wish I could bring Ciora. She might be able to negotiate with them. So far, my charisma has been acing it.
Are you ready to go, Your Excellency?
Yes.
Bit of poison on my blade. Potion if you want to cast more spells. Let's see if you can ward off. Bit of poison on my blade. Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Why is this guy going so slow?
Is that the patrol we're looking for?
Maybe they managed to escape. We should look for them. Help! Help, please! I'm in trouble. This man needs to be cared for. But in his condition...
Allow me. There, that should be better.
Thank you, madam.
Tell us what happened.
We came across a group of rebel savages. A few seconds later, only Franz and I managed to drag myself here, but he was not so lucky.
Was he captured? Did you see when...
They headed north to Frazonegan, but in the state I was in...
Your Excellency, please. We should get him out of there. They're bound to torture him.
We'll take care of it, Corporal. The rebels must have left traces when dragging... But not you. You must help your wounded man to reach the outpost.
Ooh, a chest. Not even worth it.
There's our group of rebels. The soldier they captured looks dead.
Let's go, Renaigze. Stand up. Esse maru. Radi dat neuda. Is wel de tegedach. Comaros de man. Quayes.
My name is Desarde. I'm the legate of the congregation. I'm here because I want...
I know who you are. The Renaigze on Ol Manawi. What do you want to say to Armal?
I want to talk to him about the abductions and to understand what's going on.
You would be the first Renaigze to... How do we know you're not just saying that to find out?
I am not part of the Alliance. My only goal is to avoid deaths on both sides. Help me. I am your only chance to free your prisoners without bloodshed.
You seem to really believe what you say. I hope I'm not Mr. Well. Tell me when you are ready to... Are you ready to follow me, Ranai?
Let's go.
Sure, I met their Mal before.
It's this way.
Let's stay on guard.
The rebels are not after us. I doubt they'll have set a trap.
It's this way.
I'm pretty sure I've met their camp before.
I'm letting my comrades know we're here, so that they let us pass. Follow me. We are almost there. It's this way.
I think we're in a new section of the map. Is he good?
It's this way. This is our main camp. This. I hope I am not wrong to lead you here.
So, here's the famous rebel camp. I hope their leader can tell us more about these abductions.
I should switch to CR right now.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
My name is Desade. I'm the legate. I came to talk to you about the abductions and your forthcoming attack.
And how did you find our camp?
I convinced one of your men to bring me.
Please, Mal. Explain to her what you know. She can help us free our brothers.
Well, I'll tell you what we know, then you'll understand why we have to fight lions. Many seasons ago, Sinol Manawi started to disappear. Lions attacked the villages and took them with them. We never saw them again. They were either crazy or so injured that even our best Donegad couldn't do anything. So we counterattacked and captured some of their soldiers. And we learned that they were taking our people to a place they call a laboratory. It is there that they torture and kill them. They talked about experiments.
Experiments? So that was the reason for all these abductions. But what do they hope to discover?
Alert! The lions are attacking!
Traitor! It was you.
No, I swear. They asked me to investigate. It was
Then prove it! Fight!
The Alliance betrayed me as much as you. I owe them nothing.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Damn, these fucking one-shots.
You have fought bravely.
The Alliance is the ally of the congregation. Taking your side was not a decision I made lightly. But Governor Buren used and betrayed us. And he will... Please, wait before you attack. I will do everything to dismantle this laboratory and release your people.
I trust you. So we will wait. But qua awalem seg.
Goodbye.
Repeatedly. You're trying to make things work in everyone's favor, and they keep just fucking it over. The Alliance in particular has made it so far.
Lady de Sade.
Enough with the formalities, Excellency. Did you order your troops to attack while I was negotiating under a white flag?
I assure you that I have no idea what you are talking about. I would never have... The alliance with the congregation is crucial, and you know it. I'm sorry. It is now clear that decisions are being made without my consent.
You mock me, Excellency. I can't believe this matter slipped your vigilance. Everything the Donea Exregao have told me has proven true. Your men attacked and carried off natives. I witnessed it. According to what I've been told, they are taken to a place where experiments are carried out. Where they are tortured.
It is true that I knew of the existence of this laboratory. The place is dedicated to research on the Malachor. If a remedy is ever to be... But I assure you that I was not aware that natives...
Allow me to doubt your sincerity, Excellency. I intend to pay the place a visit. And see for Who directs the research?
Our most brilliant savant, that certainly his legend precedes him. He is the master of... Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I have to go.
Farewell, my lady.
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy.
Horrible place. A prison hidden from the sun to better torture my people.
There must be other guards. Be careful. How awful. They've been reduced to burning the bodies.
And devoured it. So many of us must have died here.
I don't have the key. You're
You're not one of them. Please.
Noughts? What are you doing locked up here?
These scientists captured, and they performed experiments. I heard them say that they wanted to find out how we... None of it makes any sense.
I'll find a way to open.
I want the one who did this to know fear and suffering.
Let's hold this good doctor to account.
Found the Dara Grimmerderendam! Watch out! Grenade!
I'll show you.
You're not one of those nasty birds.
No. I've come to put an end to all these horrors. But I thought they only captured the Onol Manawi.
I don't know why they brought us here. I saw them cut a friend of mine into pieces.
I'll find a way.
How can anyone do something like...
I don't have the key. Locked.
May the grass be forever soft under your feet.
I must release the other prisoners.
You are on Manawi. Are you going to...
Yes, that's why I'm here. And to find out
What's going on? We are locked up. They make us... They hit us. They take our blood. They tell us we will die to save the Renaikse from a horrible... But I pray that the wicked birds catch it and please get us out of here.
I will do my best. Now that they are free, we must help the prisoners escape this place.
If they leave through the city, Hikmet guards will arrest them.
So we have to find another way to get them out. It's blocked. It's blocked.
Fine.
These poor people lost their lives only a few hours ago. They could not survive this mutilation.
And they were steered. They were cut up like pieces of meat. May the volcano engulf those who did this. Who
are you? You have no right—
I have come to free your prisoners, and put an end to—
I knew this would happen eventually. Dr. Asili, he lost his mind a long time ago.
Arrest you. Then I expect you—
No, please! We tried to stop him. But he is the direct—
You could have reported it to the governor.
He threatened to destroy our lives. We could not— Please, don't look us—
What will you do once you're free?
We will try to redeem ourselves. That's where we worked before joining Dr.
If your conscience allows you to resume your activities as if nothing has happened, you may go.
I'm eternally grateful, Your Excellency.
This note carefully describes the sequence of the experiments. There are even sketches. It's hard not to feel sick. This is proof of all the horrors committed here. Locked.
Afra? What a surprise to see you here. You finally came to your senses.
Master, it's not...
Who is this person?
I am the legate of the merchant congregation, and I'm here to put an end to your crimes.
My crimes? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you're crying over some savages.
What did you hope to find from—
Since the Malachor never reached this island, I wanted to check if these savages were— And I discovered that they were naturally resistant. So I tried to isolate this resistance to develop a cure in order to send it to the— But I doubt that you will be able to understand.
This man is a cold-blooded reptile.
You are a very beautiful specimen. When I come on, Afra, my dear student, are you not also devoted—
Science and truth. Do not— I'm ashamed of having been taught by you, and that I didn't warn Burin that you'd gone mad. If I had, we could have prevented—
You disappoint me so— When I think what I wasted trying to teach—
We learned everything we wanted to know. This lab will close, and you will—
You think so?
No magic left. Drink a potion.
Stop! Think of my knowledge. All that I have accomplished.
You will answer for your crime.
But I'll be out soon. My colleagues will understand.
We shall see about— I can't believe it. Constantine's Malachor was caused by Asili. The potion we were made to drink when we landed on the island was contaminated. How dare he do such a thing? And why? Perfect. We just have to clear the way. The mechanism doesn't work. I need to take a closer look. Let's go. I found a way out of the city. But be careful. You are weakened and creatures roam. No magic left. Drink the potion.
For a while.
There you are. You're free.
You have saved our lives.
We will never forget what you...
Yes.
We are not very far from the Hikmet outpost.
I know how to reach the port without being...
Perfect. But you need to avoid the Alliance.
We'll get there.
There you are. Your few. We as but you.
Check if there's like anything up. There's no like end of level chest.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade, and to what do I owe this honor?
I have been to Asili's laboratory. Hundreds of poor souls tortured. There were so many dead that a pit had been dug to burn.
How horrifying.
The natives were not the only victims of these crimes. There were also...
Naughts? Pardon me for doubting you, but do you have proof? And have you brought Dr. Asili to me so he...
Yes, we can...
Really? Very well. What was done with the prisoners that were...
They were freed. The Donea Exregao are satisfied and should...
What a relief. Finally, some good news.
By allowing me to take part in the trial proceedings. What I saw, and I fear that the accused will find a great many defenders amongst his fellows.
It is a rather novel request, but granted. I shall inform the... Let us remember that the madness of a man should not cast a... His research is perhaps our only chance. Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
Can you tell me anything?
Asili is a man of remarkable knowledge.
You already...
He is one of those rare men who master anatomy, has no secrets for him. And do you realize that it was he who perfected...
Inoculation?
A novel treatment that allows us to fabricate immunity. If any man can find a remedy for...
I have to go.
Farewell, my lady.
I have not been over to see.
Hello? To whom do I...
De Sade. I'm the legate of the merchant...
Oh. It is you who arrested Dr. Asili and must help me prepare the trial.
Exactly.
Excellent. We will have lots to do if we want the doctor to pay for his crimes. The accused has a lot of support. Any evidence...
We'll have no problem gathering witnesses. His laboratory cells were full of them.
We will call them to the witness box, but be aware that if the victims are natives, their words will unfortunately not...
There were also some Naughts. Perhaps I can...
Their testimony will be crucial. The word of other scholars is likely to be... That plus any material evidence you can gather.
I picked up a strange powder in the laboratory. A substance that I've not been able to...
You should show it to an alchemist.
These documents describe Dr. Asili's work, as well as the horrible...
Perfect. I will read them in detail. We will no doubt find something to support...
I have found a letter proving that Dr. Asili voluntarily transmitted the Malachort. I would like to add that I, too, was a victim.
Did the accused try to take the life of the governor of New Serene? This is an extremely...
Indeed. He saw my cousin and me as the ideal control group to prove... And no humanitarian or diplomatic consideration could put a stop to his ambition.
This letter alone is crucial.
Do we have any chance of...
Yes, I am rather confident. But if we had witnesses, we would have an even...
I will return to you soon. The Naughts should be at the port, and the islanders had to take refuge in Vigshardir. As for the scientists, they said they would go back to the governor's laboratory. I should give this powder to someone who can tell me what it is.
What a list.
Is everything all right?
Once again, thanks.
I certainly wanted to prevent you from...
The doctor will be judged.
Indeed. If you do not fear another attack...
Don't worry. I won't put up from now on. My people will... And I intend to witness the execution of our torture.
Thank you.
Oh.
Hello.
Indeed. We were not bothered thanks to you, but I don't think you're here to ask about me.
What is your purpose?
I helped Dr. Unur to understand the research. He's the one who became his...
I do hope that he doesn't use...
Of course not.
What about your other colleague?
They felt guilty. They stopped their...
What do the other scholars think?
Most still admire him greatly. He was the greatest amongst us, you know? They didn't witness what was happening in the lab, and they have little interest in the natives. For them, the main problem is political, given that the war against the rebels cost us dearly. Until they understand the horrors that happened...
I discovered this strange powder in one of the laboratory's chests.
I did see the doctor using it once, but I can study it for you if you want. I have the tools that...
So, what is it?
It is a quintessence of black blood. Probably created using the blood. The doctor managed to harness the very concept of a single pinch ingested by someone would be enough with the quantities that you brought me. It's terrifying. Here, these are my notes.
Thank you. Are you prepared to testify?
Yes. I know what we did was wrong.
Thank you. I must leave you. What she saw working alongside Asili obviously upset her. She will make an excellent witness.
Dr. Unur.
What is your role?
I'm in charge of the governor's laboratories. Above all, we searched for a way to reduce...
What were you looking for?
Now that we have access to my colleague Asili's work...
So the crimes he committed while conducting his...
He will be judged for that. But it would be a shame for him...
What do you think of Dr. Asili now that you've learned how?
Well, obviously the few excesses he has conceded, but he remains the greatest scientist that the Alliance has ever known. It seems quite unfair to me to reduce his life's work just to...
If I understand correctly, you will be one of his defenders.
Naturally. I don't deny that. And he was probably acting on behalf of our helplessness to combat...
Would you agree to speak at the trial? Your influence could be...
Oh, but I already intended to give a statement.
So you were ready to defend a man who used torture and murder to advance his research?
Indeed. Because I think the entire work of a scientist should not be judged. It is obvious that he should not have used such... But Asili has never been very political. I doubt he understood the implications.
So you're saying the only problem in this case is...
Essentially, yes. The war he nearly caused could have been expensive for our governor, but let's not fool ourselves. No tears will be shed.
Afra, did you have something to say?
Thank you, Desade. I feel it is my duty to... You probably know that I was one of Dr.
Naturally. It is undoubtedly under his influence that you have developed...
Perhaps. But my analytical mind also pushed me to refuse to continue. I saw his madness and cruelty grow deeper. And what we discovered in this laboratory... We must condemn him, not only so he can pay for this, but to free science from these kinds of abject...
Very well. You've convinced me. I will now test... It is true that it's time to turn the page and leave...
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Honor is an influential scholar. His testimony would convince the judges.
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I would like you to tell me about Asili.
I was expecting you to come and see me about this. What would you like to know?
Were you aware of Dr. Asili?
In part, yes. That's why I chose not to be...
Why not say anything?
Because I never thought he would go so far. Over time, he became... I found his approach brutal. As if by meeting the natives it deprived him of all humanity. He spoke of them as test subjects. Never. There was a time when he was the greatest doctor and scientist in the Alliance. And I clung on.
You do know that you were captured then?
Yes, but I thought the natives wanted to trade us merely as prisoners of war. I was blind. And stupid.
Do you think, as your master does, that science justifies all...
No. I may have believed that without, of course, ever imagining that we'd resort to... But Dunkus, you and Siora have opened my eyes to the limits of science. To worship it as we do in the Alliance does not make us better than Tulane.
In your opinion, were the horrors practiced in this laboratory?
No, even if he was convinced of it. General interest outweighs... He wanted results quickly. To the point of neglecting slower, more humane. I hope we'll succeed in ensuring these experiments.
Would you be willing to testify against Dr. Asili during his trial?
Of course. I was going to talk to you about that. I want to convince my colleagues that we must give up these... And even if it costs me dearly. I want my mom... Anything else?
I must leave you.
Hey! You are the Onolmenawi who freed us.
They told me what you did for them, Renaikse. Well done. I was able to give them the care they needed. Some wounds will take time to heal, but they are safe.
I'm happy to see that they're better.
But you didn't come here for that.
No, I came to ask for your help. The doctor who captured and tortured you is about to be tried. He has a lot of support among his people. He is a respected man. If we don't have testimony from some of his victims, he will surely...
You'll have our words. We'll go to the Grand City
and the Mad Lion will die for causing so...
May the earth engulf him. You can return to Hikmet. I'll make sure they get there in good health.
Thank you, Tiana Hag, and thank you all. I blame myself for forcing these poor people back to the city where they've suffered so much.
My people are strong and proud. They will not be afraid to speak in front of your judges for justice.
I believe our investigation is coming to an end. Let's find the prosecutor.
If I remember correctly, he can't provide all the evidence in.
You have returned, Your Excellency. Do you have any
Yeah,
news
for
on our
example.
matter?
An alchemist studied the powder that we found in the laboratory. Apparently, it's some kind of concentrate made from the... It seems that less than a pinch of this powder is enough to... There's enough here to make a small town.
A terrifying thought. I will add the analysis and this powder to the evidence on record. You have gathered overwhelming. I think we can go to trial.
A Nort victim of Dr. Asili agreed...
Excellent.
The islanders will test...
Indeed.
I managed to convince the...
Excellent.
I even got a testimony from one of Dr. Asili's colleagues.
Perfect. That will convince...
Afra, one of Dr. Asili...
Excellent. This woman is very respected by the governor.
Will the trial begin soon?
It seems to be the right time. I think we have every chance.
Where will the trial be held?
At the palace. I regret to inform you that you will not be able to attend. However, I'm sure the governor will keep you informed of the outcome.
Madame, congratulations. The trial was exemplary. Asili's madness was exposed to the entire world. And you have demonstrated the horror.
Thank you, Excellency. But all praise, the evidence she supplied was...
It was necessary that you hear the victim in order to understand the extremities to...
Come now. One cannot conclude that science was guilty here.
Not science, but the savants were. It is never right to set aside...
Yeah, I wish I got to see the trial.
...of the common good. No knowledge justifies killing or torture.
Your words are wise, and I promise to remember them.
You have not always shown yourself a man of impeccable judgment, Excellency.
We are all, from time to time, victim of our own blind. But this trial has shaken my usual resolve. It may very well...
Afra, are you certain that...
I do not want to attend.
Dr. Asili, you have been found guilty of all accusations brought against you. In consequence, the Bridge Alliance Tribunal condemns you to death. Do you have any final words?
You treat me like a monster. But how many times have you stayed your own hands? So close to the goal to finally find a remedy, you would have done as I. What do a few lives mean when the future of all humanity hangs in the balance? You are nothing more than idiots, incompetents, and you, Baron, are the greatest hypocrite of all. You know that I am right.
Executioner, earn your pay.
You know that I am right.
Desade, I'm happy. Can I do anything?
I must leave you.
Oh. Everyone all friendly.
Quest! Get out! Who do you think you are to defoil our ritual? One of those mind shakers, no doubt.
Aiden, it is your duty to assure we are not interrupted.
1,000 pardons, Tien. It is indeed one of those mind shakers.
A mind shaker? Look at him more closely, Aiden. He is an Almanawi. Present yourself, and tell me why you interrupt our ceremony.
My name is Desade. I have come looking for you to ask for your help.
I greet you, Donegad. We are so sorry to have interrupted your ritual. But my friend truly needs your...
Don't excuse yourself. Are you the daughter of Bladned?
It is true, but my powers of healing...
Then, how can I help?
My cousin suffers from a terrible sickness. The Malikor.
I do not know this sickness. But...
It turns the blood black and provokes terrible suffering. And alas, it...
We've never seen the ailing touched by such a sickness. And I doubt...
We are looking for a remedy, but urgently need to... Could you slow the progression of the sickness? Keep him from suffering?
In that, I can help you. I know how to make one forget the pain.
But Tiern, with all that is happening now, you cannot leave to visit this ill person.
It is true. My village needs me now.
What is going on?
Truly? You?
Do they have a choice, Aiden? They...
Well then, tell us what we need to do.
The situation has become unbearable. And it all stay wanted to convert everyone and take them to another place. Turn them, and of course, the village folk would not be persuaded.
And it was also at that time the Tenland started to attack.
There are many wounded, and recently many have gone missing. We must...
I can try and talk sense into the missionaries. Perhaps with as for the attacks of the creatures, I will see what I can do. But I need more information.
Our master hunter, or the families of the Taken, could most likely help you.
Very well. I'll take care of it. Make preparations to accompany us. The days are burning like very thin
Do not worry. If you see to the concerns of my village...
Let's go and see this Master Hunter. He should be able to tell us more about these attacks. Good day.
Beurtir tu madre, Naixe.
The Donegad Katazak spoke to me about the animal.
The Tenlands have been angered. The beasts have always lived here. But they only... Of late, they attack on sight. It may be that the Tenlands killed them.
What can you tell me about the Tenlands?
They are normally very peaceful creatures. Very calm. But who defend their young with fury. During the attacks, I noticed that they were not oldest.
What do you mean?
That the other beasts don't come from here, but from other places. And that they are coming.
Were there many victims?
Many wounded. Thanks to the heat, but the attacks happen more and more. I tried to chase them away, and now our children disappear.
Can you tell me who they...
A young fisherman and a gatherer. You will find the sister of the woman and the brother of the man.
I will go and see them. I believe I can help you in your fight against the Tenlands.
You must destroy their nests. There are most likely 3 around here. I would have taken care of it, but my village cannot spare. I did not find the 2 others. Some in the...
And how would I go about...
You must burn them and kill the dominant one. We see them especially at dawn. After that, we no longer see. The night belongs to the Tenlands. That is when they are most awake.
I thank you for your advice. I must be going.
Let's remember.
I mean...
I hear.
Isn't it odd that these creatures who are normally...
Yes. Yeah.
What do you know? Speak.
I do not speak of things I am not sure. Naixe, like you, do not
Is there anything that we might be able...
Besides destroying them, do you know the art of crafting weapons?
I can try to repair it.
Here, in this...
I must be going. Katazak advised us to speak with the families of those missing. Perhaps they might know where the Tenlands have built their nests.
It's not here.
Here is your weapon.
Thank you. It belonged to my master before. It may be that you are more on Almanawi. During my walks, I saw a great tent. I felt that he called them. That
Why didn't you try?
he is very strong. And the other, I placed traps all around.
You say he doesn't have his place here.
That he was brought here to attract, but I cannot prove this.
What do you know about them?
The Mind Shakers. They came here before the attacks. They speak of light, of the... All that they want is for us to join. They want to make us Renaigse. Their words do not touch. They followed...
Have you tried to fight them?
No, I think if but hope fled.
It sounds as if the attack... I must be going. Good day.
I hope he is right, and that you are not like the Mind Shakers.
It is for that very reason that I am here.
Then I will tell you what
Your sister.
She is a very beautiful young woman.
Is she very careful? Does she...
Oh yes, she knows it very well. But she has been star-eyed of late.
How long has she been...
2 nights have gone by since. She told me that she was good, she never returned. I called for her from the edge of the village.
Do you know where she usually goes?
Certainly. In the clearing. We find...
Is there anyone in the village that might want her harmed?
No. No, everyone loves her.
Why do you say that?
She is...
What do you think likely happened?
She might have been attacked by the Tenlands.
You think it might have been something else?
I hope. Even if it is a strange hope. They were pestering her the other day. They behaved without respect.
But do you think that they might have captured her outside of the village? Tell me about the ten.
Before, I only very rarely came across the beasts. We knew that. But now, they are everywhere, and they've even been known to come as close as the clearing where we pick berries.
Do you know how to fight?
No, I am not a...
Well,
it is possible.
Could you tell me...
They are Monasenag. They think...
What do you mean?
They came to our beautiful village. Many heard their words and left. We never saw them again. I believe that they take the young to... They wanted to take my sister like that.
The one who is also missing?
Yes. He was very brave.
I'm going to have to go and... I must leave. Good day. My name is Desarday, from the congregation.
Yes, my little brother. He left to go fishing, like...
Your Donegad asked me to help you. Any information you can give me would be very useful.
This is true? I hope your words to be heartfelt. My insides are twisting.
Can you describe...
He is young. Rather, he is such a nice boy. But he is wild.
Can you tell me more?
It was 2 days past. I saw him leave to go fishing.
And you cannot remember anything else?
No, he was full of joy.
Did your brother have...
No, I can't. He didn't get along particularly well with the Master Hunter, perhaps the missionaries. He did get into a fight with them,
That could be a lead.
He has been dreamy and more joyful than usual. But he no longer wants to share. He told me that he has grown beyond the shadow of his brother.
What do you think most likely?
He could have come face to face with 10, but he knew how to avoid them. He got into a fight with them a while back.
You think the missionaries might have...
I don't know. But he might have went to find them in their village.
I will go and see. Did your brother know the girl?
Yes.
Could she be the source of...
I don't think so. They have been...
A promise can be broken.
Perhaps. But what would it matter? He would not have fled with her.
What can you tell us about...
They are beasts that in all our memories only if you approach their nest.
Yes. Katazak told me they attacked the villagers.
I know where to find one. My brother should not have left the village alone.
Could you tell me about...
The Mind Shakers. They said it was a perfect place, where all is...
Their words seem to have been to your...
A place full of peace is a dream. Here we... And now, their stories of light are difficult to... But my brother fought with them. They gave... He told me... I don't really know what to think.
The story about the fight compels... I must believe. It seems that our two missing youths were together here. No need for a seer to see that there must have been something more than friendship between them. Given the presence of tenlands in this clearing, there must be a nest not far from here.
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go! Want to cast more spells?
I must kill the dominant before destroying the nest.
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go! Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go! Want to cast more spells?
have any news? Not yet. Your sister?
They have known each other since they were little.
Only friends?
Yes. He defended her when the mind...
The brother of the...
He defended her because he has heart, and because she is his friend. If the boy had a sweetheart, then it must be another.
I can understand that you would want to protect her reputation.
You are right. I know she loved this boy.
Why did you hide that from me?
You are a Renaigse. You do not understand. When two young people give themselves to one another, they weave a bond between them. Breaking it would mean banishment. I didn't want her to have to leave.
I see. That is why they had to meet up in secret.
In the clearing.
I shall go and see if I can... I must leave now. Why did it take her so much time to accept that her sister was in love with that boy?
Because her sister was betrothed to another. Breaking a promise is taking the risk of being exiled. Does one's word mean nothing on your island?
Breaking a betrothal would be just as problematic in a noble family of Serene. Why should it be different here?
We are near water. In the place the fisherman's brother mentioned. A nest must be close to here.
See if you can ward off this fate!
You consider it nest.
The hunter told me that I would find a nest in this area. It is dawn. The ideal moment. I must kill the dominant before destroying the nest. Nest is destroyed. The Master Hunter will no doubt be relieved to hear it. A basket full of berries and a trap full of fish. All of it scattered and half eaten by beasts. Our two lost souls were here together. They must have been attacked, or they wouldn't have left their takings. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find their trail. cavern seems to be home to some creatures. Let's be wary. It could very well be the lair of that great Tenland the hunter spoke of.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Take a potion if you want to come.
3 corpses. One is older than the others. Judging from his clothing, he was a missionary. The 2 others are more recent. A man and a woman. No doubt our missing couple. They were dragged here and devoured alive.
Bit of poison on my blade. Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
That these missionaries used such a ruse to achieve their goals. 2 youths died because of them.
Now you understand why some of us fight against the Nazi. Their words are always sweet, but all they bring is death.
Let's return to the village. Their families need to be informed. Good day. I am the legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Of course. Our allies from the continent are always welcome among us. What do you want to know?
Could you tell me what your mission?
We must return these lost souls to the light. We have constructed the perfect village in this protected paradise.
Have you heard about the Tenland?
I didn't know those creatures were given that name, but we offered them our help. And some...
In exchange for some inspiring...
Of course. To chase only a few away would be of no use. If they
You haven't been victim of these attacks?
On occasion, yes. But thanks to the Illuminated, we were...
You seem to assert that the attacks of these whereas these are creatures that the natives have always...
These are familiar beasts, but these creatures have been sending them again. There is only one.
The Donegad wishes your departure.
And you to leave would be... No.
I fought against a great number of Tenlands. One that was quite... Its mere presence seemed to aggravate the others.
A beast sent by the...
Stop taking me for a fool. We also found a journal outline. I have only one piece of advice to give you. Leave, and quickly, or the Mother Cardinal will learn every...
We shall be leaving as soon as possible. But let it be known that you are abandoning all...
Perhaps you should be more concerned about your own soul, sister.
Do you have any news?
Yes.
Oh no. Nah. Ser Tonsi...
I found her body in the lair of a great tenler.
But how could she have been surprised by the beasts?
She went out to meet the young fisherman. The time, I am so sorry.
I must bring her body back.
You should not go alone. I killed as many as I could, but it would...
I shall follow your counsel on Olmenawi.
I must leave now.
Well, on Olmenawi, have you...
I found him, but...
Maybe he knew every stone on our lands.
He had a liaison with a young girl from the village. They must have forgotten the hour. Night took... I found both of them. In the cavern.
How terrible. Why did he go? I must recover his body. To give it up to the earth, as is our custom.
With the body of the girl he loved. In a cavern. But it is a dangerous place. Other Tenlins might still be roaming there.
I have a duty owed to my little brother.
I must be leaving. The nests are destroyed. And with the death of the White Tenlin, the attacks should cease. We were even able to convince the missionaries to leave. Katazak should be willing to follow us now. Let us go and find him.
I can see from your face.
Indeed, as for the missionaries, we were able to convince them to leave. But they were not ready to admit their involvement in the attacks that harmed you.
And so they were in some way responsible. I had my suspicions.
They brought a particularly large beast here.
This is what provoked the attacks and brought on our despair.
In the end, we found the missing young ones. Alas, too late.
And the worst tear end.
Will you accompany me now?
I have packed what is needed.
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze. Consumed by a smouldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it?
Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You flutter in just when you're needed, cousin. As always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as ice.
Your cousin is burning.
That is such a relief.
Let me present Katasak, Constantin. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you.
Please, stay.
I am here for you, Rnaise, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you. Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention. My fair cousin! Come closer and tell me what brings...
Constantin.
This sickness is horrible, believe me. Now I understand what your mother went through. But you have not come to hear my complaints.
I'm going to leave now.
Look out for yourself.
Greetings, Katasak.
Vertirtumat, what can I do for you?
How is my cousin doing?
He's filled with dread as death. Forgive him his mood swings. He's such a young boy, and he had so much desire to live. Thanks to my treatment, he suffers less. But his disease is getting worse, and I don't know what to do. It would take a power far superior to mine to break the grasp of this evil.
Now that you've seen my cousin, what are your thoughts on the Malachor?
It is a terrible disease. I have never seen one like it. It slowly gnaws through the people it afflicts. Their eyes and legs gradually die because of the black blood. And the pain it induces is atrocious. My push. But if you're asking if I know, it's a disease coming from a world that isn't ours, and which...
Do you like it in New...
No. Your village has smothered the earth. The smell of the woods has gone. I can barely feel. But don't worry. I will not leave before doing...
I'm looking to meet Enon Milfrictiman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member...
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of blood, Ned. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. And you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier, take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasak. Why are you
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you...
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can.
Have no fear. I must go.
What I will say.
Karans, do you need something?
I must.
I was suffering. Absolutely. But like, Nylon. Controller is doing fucking amazing. Choosing.
Oh, it's you, Ono Minawi. Come and see. Oh, I see
You have returned.
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasach.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and enter. You are well.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am decided.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you.
I seek a remedy. My cousin and many other people on our island suffer from a terrible... We think that Enon Milfrictaman can help us find a...
Really? And...
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many for the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of war.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And I suppose this cavern is guarded.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not all. I hope you will prove that you understand this. Go now. Show us your true face, and...
What can you tell me?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. I protected these doors like my father before me and his...
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano.
What can you tell me?
That the word God, he is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaigse. He is much more than that.
Can you tell me anything?
We gather here at every long night and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom. Those who have complaints against their mal may also be here. And when important events take place, if so that the wisdom of all might be shared.
I must leave.
Williams.
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What?
I was asked to pass the trial of water.
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this. It is a tremendous honor.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will. One way is through strength, the other by rules, but I know no more than this. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
Good luck. And do not lose.
Karantz, I need to talk to you.
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the mind shakers in my...
Yes. If I understand correctly, there was some kind of an agreement.
Even though these priests would make good allies against the Lions because they hate them as much as we do, my mother would never have traded the spirit, and she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And will you investigate this matter?
Of course. Let's...
Healing. Time we got Siora's mission. I'm waiting the whole fucking game. I have such a gentle crush on Siora.
My child, what can we do for you?
We would like to know more about the agreement you...
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. We swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against...
In exchange, its inhabitants will have to renounce their pagan cult.
My mother would never have made such an agreement.
The Queen had understood that the light was the only true path. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your...
She had an engraver come to Falristal. He carved your strange...
I do not believe a single word of this.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our...
By not respecting us, you are committing blasphemy.
And because you think that you can administer justice here.
Siora, let's not get into another battle and make new enemies.
That is an excellent idea.
Here's the stone we were looking for. Strange, isn't it?
This stone was damaged on purpose.
There may be a way. Promises in those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises. And there are but a few. We did not have one in our village. He must be the one who engraved.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret writing that the keepers of those who want to seal a promise tell them to write. strange. It looks like no one's there, but the door's left open.
Empty. Everything is broken and turned upside down. A sculpted, engraved stone. What happened here?
It seems like there was a fight.
It's as if someone wanted to meticulously destroy everything.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few...
Unless someone else did this.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan.
Let's go to Vigig.
What brings you here?
We're looking for Karadeg.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left.
Did you exile him?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with us. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the... And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring him.
Do you know where he might...
He feared someone, or he must have left for the woods south of here. Is there anything...
I must leave.
Qua Owlum.
The nuts out.
It is Karadeg. He's over there.
Siora, Bertir Tumad Donegad. What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as...
Most words must be free and able to fly, but some words must survive those who utter them. So those who want to become one must win the trust. Then they teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a
So you are a kind of cleric?
Do you want to know anything else?
We would like to ask you about it.
It is the stone of the Renaigse, isn't it? I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. And now that she is no longer with us...
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised.
No, Donegad. I do not mean to. Renaigse only bring us trouble, and you come with them. They will... I do not want to deal with them ever again. They threaten my life.
Since you want to chase the Renaigse away, and since you want protection, why don't you join them? We could indicate the location of one of their camps.
The rebels?
The Donea Exregao. They fight the Renaigse, and they accept people from all clans.
I have heard about them, but I didn't know where to find them.
We could help you find them, but we need this tree bark. It's the only way to prove that the priests lied.
In that case, take the tree bark. I hope that it will help you to chase these Renaigse, and I did not think I would say this one day.
What do these glyphs say? That we will assist the priests in their war against the lions, and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Iseult.
Siora, Vertir to Mat. What do you want?
Iseult, about this pact your mother...
Yes.
We went to Falris.
Were you able to read it? No, because you're probably right. But for
we retrieved the piece of tree bark that...
Siora, what's written on it?
Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised to help. There's nothing mentioned about them settling here. And even less about them being entitled to the spirit.
So they lied.
I think it's high time they left.
I think so too. You lied to us. You took us for gullible children. Leave this village at once. You will never be welcome here again.
But if you want our help with the Alliance, your people must convert to the...
By lying, you have insulted the memory of the... The entire village will be happy to make you pay for your affront. You do well to leave before having to face...
We are not here to shed blood.
Very well, we're leaving. But we will not forget...
I did not think they would leave of their own accord.
Thank you, Onol Manawi. Thanks to you, we managed to chase away these lawyers. And...
Yes. Siora.
Of course, Asi.
Karans, do you need something?
How did you know that those... After all, given the situation, your mother...
I knew my mother well. We were close. She would never have...
Shit, I wasn't paying attention.
I think I understand. Your island, your culture, and your faith are so closely tied that you cannot renounce one without renouncing the others.
Exactly. The earth talks to us because we believe in it, in its spirits. Without these beliefs, we would be but empty shells. Our mother would never have wanted that for us. I am happy to see that you understand us so well. Anything else?
Why are you and your sister so different?
If you're talking about physical differences, they're linked to the fact that Iseult is not Onol Manawi. When we were little, we were perfectly identical. But our tempers...
I have no trouble believing it. And I'm glad that out of the two sisters...
Gentler. Really? The lion soldier? Anything else?
I must pass the trial of water.
I have heard it talked about. It is a trial that all must pass if they wish to become the High King. One says that the trial reveals the true personality of those who pass it. My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little. But it is a secret trial. It is important. I know that you must choose your path. Combat is not necessarily the best response. Even if it allows you to get to where... If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself... And there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep...
Is that an idea that your mother used?
Anything else?
I must leave you.
Karans, could you help me once more?
What is it?
I must prepare the ritual, and I think that I will need your help.
But your sister will be there.
Sure. For the ritual, yes, it will only be the two of us. But before that, will you come with me?
Of course. I'd be happy.
Karans, do you need something?
I must leave.
Shiora, Asir, Vertir Tumat, what do you want?
I'm only here to accompany...
I came to give our mother back to the earth. I know. Performing the ritual... Iselt, I miss her too. Did you go to Vasrigan? No. Preparing the place is the role of the Donegar.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
We are approaching Vasrigan. This is where I will perform the ritual. This burial mound has been the final resting place of our queens for generations.
You want to cast one?
Spamming sweet.
Something's wrong. Normally, you would hear the birds singing in this place.
What do you mean?
I do not understand what they are doing in this area. You never see any around here. They must have nested in the shadow of the burial mound.
In that case, we have no choice but to destroy their nests. Otherwise, they'll just keep coming back.
You are like these
Take a potion if you want to cast spells. Poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! You want to cast and let's go!
These beasts will no longer trouble the peace of our queen. All we have to do now is to take care of the ceremony.
Is there anything else to prepare?
Of course. We will need some sensors crafted especially for the ritual.
Where can we find them?
It would be ideal if we could craft them ourselves, but otherwise the village artisan. And I will also need some mortuary lotion. I will have to coat my mother's body with it before giving her back. I will give you a list of all the ingredients because we will have to prepare it ourselves. Once we have gathered these last items, then Isolde and I thank you for being by my side and helping me.
Don't mention it, Ziora.
I did. Is there no king? Let's trek back.
We have all that we need. Let's go back to the burial mound to put everything in place. Here we are. It is on this stone altar that we will place. We must place a censer where her head will be, and another near her. And then you will have done everything you could to help me. Your presence by my side means a lot to me. This is how our ritual of the dead is. There. Everything is in place. My sister should be joining me soon. Oh, these rituals are demanding. You have been a true friend. A Karans, accepting to help me the way you did. Thank you. I will never forget the kindness you displayed.
It's only natural, Siora. I know what it feels.
We should go now. Karans, do you need something?
What do you intend to do now?
I will most likely do it, but not now. I still have a...
I hope that you do not feel constrained to do so.
I would... You are a noble-hearted woman, and a true... Do not worry. I'm not staying because I feel constrained to do so, but because I like being with you all. Anything else?
I must leave you. Siora, do you know anything about the trial?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was...
Did she tell you about it?
A little. But it is a secret trial. It is important that you give... I know that you must choose your path. Combat is not necessarily the best. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed. And there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it...
Is that an idea that...
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep. You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
This room is full of beasts that the natives call dorsentats. They seem to be resting. Perhaps we can pass without waking them if we move silently.
Watch out, Anadag! You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again. This stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it is supposed to evoke death. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. On this stone, the sun is visible. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire, I'm certain. This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life? Here, this looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Mil Frichtemann.
Ber tir to mad on Olmanawi.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island? You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of rules and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enon Mil Frichtemann now?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well.
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then, we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan.
My mother, alas.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirce.
And divorced Tirce.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her.
I have already met her. She sent me to...
That sounds like her. Ulan is the... It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. He is the chief of the Earth Healers.
Very well. I will go and see them.
Kwa'awalamsek.
Hello, Glendan.
Björt Tirtomadon.
I must leave.
Kwa'awalem.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then, all of a sudden, one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The Islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks.
And you ran all the way? Do you know precisely where the company was?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you. The Islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had?
What? Alone? What could I have done?
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the but that's a question. My cousin was quite...
His Highness was feeling much better. The potion... I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the war. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for that. Your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as...
That sounds like him.
I am sorry, milady.
Dismissed, soldier.
Thank you, milady.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope that Onegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the area and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. But there are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are amongst them. A crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place, perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight, but a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks. More tracks. Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched and flicked. No sense in explosion. Can't that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again? Or something else? New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from? More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them? There are footprints. Only a handful made it up here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katisak.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. These vials look familiar. Katisak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine. What have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katisak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable...
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack.
Unless... he himself was behind it.
How could you even think something like that? He is a
Perhaps he only did it to gain our... With Constantine captive, he can now apply leverage to the colonists and... But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. Regardless of who is guilty, I must... Perhaps we could return to Wenchavier in order... Katisak may have returned there. His Voglendyke might be able to tell us where... We are also going to have to visit the Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it. They must have some...
That trail seems a better one to follow. Katisak is a good man, but the soldiers...
That is true. But I do not see how they could have made these... However, one way or another, Let us be on our way without further...
Others. And it's... I approach such...
colonials. You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I...
De Sardet. I am legate...
A legate? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official... Captain Idris. I am the ranking of... What can I do for you?
I am looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of...
A governor? Here?
My cousin was part of an expedition and his men and his camp were attacked, but we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he wounded and holding up somewhere, or even...
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to it. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't... The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived.
Explain yourself, Captain. What?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange light.
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men.
So the last of my men give up their lives for... You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me?
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding some... I can see how difficult your I'm certain you haven't been paid either for... I cannot solve all of your problems.
A little gold would certainly improve... One of the men I'd
A
poked...
survivor. Excellent.
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed. Our nurse sits with him, but... His wounds are extremely serious.
I am sorry to hear that, Captain.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can't take it anymore. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much...
What are you doing there?
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier.
That is very kind of him. But
what are you saying?
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to... I no longer have... And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and...
Do you know what type of remedy would allow...
Yes, at least I think so. It's an...
I see. Give me the recipe.
Thank you. Because of you... Were you able to concoct the...
Yes, I was.
Give it to me. I'll... We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak?
Come back tomorrow at the same time.
Very well.
See you soon.
why they made that up. That's smart. This infirmary's fun. Oh, my. Someone managed a bad apple physically. For a minute and a half. Almost there. The second I thought it said 6 minutes and it was stuck on it. No, it was 6 meters. Also, that's 6 meters? I guess, yeah, that's 6 meters. Shit, this building is big. Shit. There's a full ass apartment in here.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been, and we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man.
Konstantin Katasak and his escort.
Dozens of wild animals that seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. I didn't see everything. All was blood. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I dragged myself here.
I'm going to have to go and...
You shouldn't do that. They killed.
That's enough. Rest now.
Yes. I'll have a word with your...
Excellency, I was told... Thank you.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions.
Did you learn what you needed to?
Yes. I was able to question your... He and his company heard sounds. My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by animals that jumped. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he...
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be... They must have learned that an important man was in the region.
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin...
Like you freed the scholar.
Thank you again.
I need to be going.
I would very much...
On my blade. And let's go!
Do it. What are you doing? Who let you pass?
Your men. We're here to parley with your...
Parley? With Renaigse?
Leave this to me. I want to know what they have to say. I know you, Renaigse. It is you who freed the lion. Speak. I will hear you.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm. I only seek to find the man I consider to be, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katasak, one of your greatest Donegad.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasak.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin. Perhaps your men were there to aid.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. We went to see. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We carried the body of the Donegad.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see...
Why? What do you want to do with him?
Examine him. To understand... We were told that an island native was there, and that he likely...
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been loyal.
That is the very reason I need to see him.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body...
Katasach. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or musket shot. The main wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the extent that the skin has been torn, and the ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasach bore the brunt of this attack of incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that would have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we are tracking a man or a creature capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasach. The power to call volcano fires could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, judging by the severity of these wounds.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks, and all the same, there is truth in your words. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us.
The Anatalas Fair.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirit. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moment.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge...
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own... Imagine the pain of the wounds of another. Shaking your body as the cause. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for when her companion was lost in battle. Fighting against your own. She wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your...
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe.
I've come to ask for your help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sick?
My cousin has been taken. And I've...
Truly?
By performing the Anatalas fair on the body of Katasak the Donegad.
Katasak is dead. Under Voshtire, he was a good man.
He went with my cousin to a sacred site. My cousin has disappeared. Taken, according to a witness. And we examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth. Only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katasak.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my... Very well, Renoixe. I will help you. And I also wish our island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Minawi have died. The Anatalas fair may kill me, but at least I will know. You will need to act as my Voglendaig, and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I prepare.
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember. All right in your... Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasak, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body.
Where can I find him?
In Doren's camp. She recovered him after the...
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
I'll go and get the ingredients you require, and I'll find you there when the...
Safe travel.
recognize this weapon. It's Katasak's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Were you able to find the...
Yes.
This is good. The moon is high. Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, olehana memen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenfem, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tatamenam reloidan. Adat alamen kante bij dam en antelem vervraagd dan kom.
Katasak! Help me! Please!
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one Renaikse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself. Come on. I cannot believe it. He has returned. Who has? Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young, blonde-haired man? He was sickly. Yes. The golden haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice.
Do you know where to look for him? Vinbar has been missing for moons.
The kings and queens could tell me where they saw him for the last time.
Then you must earn their trust. Arm yourself with patience and courage on Olmenawi. Your journey is still long.
Thank you, Mev. You have helped us greatly.
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you, but for Katasach. In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
Thank you.